Implications of a sample design. Introduction. A sample design is a critical aspect of any research study that involves sampling, as it determines the method used to select participants from the population of interest. The implications of a sample design can be far-reaching and can impact the validity and reliability of the study's findings. In this research note, we will explore the implications of a sample design and its relevance in Islamic teachings. Sampling bias. One of the most significant implications of a sample design is the possibility of sampling bias. Sampling bias occurs when the sample is not representative of the population, leading to inaccurate results. The sampling bias can occur due to various reasons, such as using a non-random sampling method, excluding certain groups from the sample, or having a low response rate. Islamic teachings emphasize the importance of fairness and equity in all aspects of life, including research. Allah says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, verse 8, "And do not let the hatred of a people for having obstructed you from Al-Masjid al-Haram lead you to transgress. And cooperate in righteousness and piety, but do not cooperate in sin and aggression. And fear Allah, indeed, Allah is severe in penalty." This verse highlights the importance of fairness and non-discrimination, which can be achieved by using random sampling methods to ensure the sample is representative of the population. Sample size. Another significant implication of a sample design is the sample size. The sample size is the number of participants in the study and can have a significant impact on the study's findings. A sample size that is too small may not provide enough data to draw meaningful conclusions, while a sample size that is too large can be costly and time-consuming. In Islamic teachings, Allah emphasizes the importance of moderation and balance in all aspects of life. Surah Al-Baqarah, verse 143 states, "And thus we have made you a just community that you will be witnesses over the people and the messenger will be a witness over you." This verse highlights the importance of balance, which can be achieved by using an appropriate sample size that is not too small or too large. Conclusion. In conclusion, the sample design is a critical aspect of any research study that involves sampling. The implications of a sample design can impact the study's validity and reliability, including sampling bias and sample size. In Islamic teachings, fairness, equity, balance, and moderation are emphasized, which can be achieved by using random sampling methods and appropriate sample size. Therefore, researchers must carefully consider the implications of their sample design to ensure that their study's findings are valid and reliable. Steps in sampling design. Introduction. Sampling design is the process of selecting a representative subset of a population for study. It involves several steps that are crucial for ensuring the accuracy and reliability of the results. The following are the typical steps involved in sampling design. Define the population. The first step in sampling design is to define the population of interest. The population should be clearly defined and should include all the units that the study aims to generalize to. Determine the sampling frame. The sampling frame is the list of all the units in the population from which the sample will be selected. It is important to ensure that the sampling frame is comprehensive and accurate to avoid biases. Choose the sampling method. There are several sampling methods to choose from, including simple random sampling, stratified random sampling, cluster sampling, systematic sampling, and convenience sampling. The choice of sampling method will depend on the research question, population characteristics, and available resources. Determine the sample size. The sample size is the number of units that will be included in the sample. It is important to ensure that the sample size is large enough to accurately represent the population and provide sufficient statistical power for analysis. Select the sample. The sample can be selected using the chosen sampling method. It is important to ensure that the sample is selected randomly and that all units in the population have an equal chance of being selected. Evaluate the sampling design. Once the sample has been selected, it is important to evaluate the sampling design to ensure that it is unbiased and representative of the population. This can be done using statistical tests and measures of sampling error. Conduct data collection. After the sample has been selected, data can be collected from the sample using various methods such as surveys, interviews, observations, and experiments. Sampling design is a crucial aspect of research methodology that requires careful planning and consideration to ensure the accuracy and reliability of the results. By following these steps, researchers can select a representative sample that accurately reflects the population being studied and provide robust and reliable findings.